94.7 Asempa FM Sony Ekosiisen dwumadi no asuguso a otie no inti lawyer Fatima Abubakar and odena no esi translating in Samoa earlier na first speaker no etumi ede atuja from the second respondent side. It is said here, Munyina Mote, said Niama Esiakwa Kopie, and let me also inform you. Okay, in the first speaker, Nana Adjoa Adobia Asante, lawyer Nana Adjoa Adobia Asante, on the Dikan Kasa and Afe, lawyer Fatima Abubakar, and so Ekasai. But before them, now, first petitioner and spokespersons about Ekasa, lawyer Sami Jemfi Ekasai, and lawyer Baba Jamal, the account translation, no, eba. Yeah, share atwa Jumedi so, studio, 12 minutes after 4. Ekosiisen so ne wa Sempa FM. Nyame ya domo Supreme Court matters na ye de abawie Monday ye betwa so from the Supreme Court. Make us a lawyer Andrew Ejapamesa abekansa wo studio MP secondary constituency and also a lawyer by profession. Wababe cancer e studio ha mema na kwa basisi anafe ya hwe etumi atwas ma menkai mo se honorable Kojo Pon Kroma veteran no eguso den e wo a parliament house enti eno so mo nhyɛ ne so eman lawyer Andre Japamesa akwa ba na pom te den
brother boko deko minchie wetifo wetifo when you bring out in Usikun and Godin, of course, Ghana Fina Wutin. Sunday, Obi, Ekosiisen the honor a champion in your program. Bia say the Ghana baby Befibia this time the afternoon political talk shows in man, I made assessment be over the past week, no moon and no.
Another level,
champion. Fantastic. Always good to see you.
Now black here.
Oh, Obi in chair him there is I'm my COVID education ambassador. Jenim. Mukweyi.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Mebusu en Ukraine. Ne half ma ne half sister. Ak baby ya
COVID
ebe.
Oh.
Na Obi COVID no onye
agro.
Se kromba kan onye mofumesi o. Onye joke. Must say on Benwa na ba fan tutuba so Benwa obia linken chende cry bia mi share no she mask nose mask in one or she two
oda bodo
no the shield no so oda kan na mu the yes nenu abre mo bon sem man so fine usande the more ye dam no, the more ye bread spread no. Asi. The say ndo on famu ebia na we asymptomatic. But uma meet me fie.
Ekosiisen on
Asempa FM. Wo fa bia ono na okoba. Be wa so onsaka o eden okowa no. Ebia no underlying conditions be are enyim. Na kafa brand na punkuma na hona ndi jejenje. Obi. Ame mesne nyamena adoma menya COVID mendu state of hospitalization. My recover my test negative. Na ma metsi mu the system no nshada anya papa bia
on see ni that room
ebe chief finance minister in situation
yeah post COVID complications.
Thank you. Onye easy masa ban the more do ye bia obey you. His Excellency the President occasional address to the nation, vaccine procurement, gidi. Na obiara ntumi fi baby a number for mask aban nipa bia on phone number that mask by force gina share must will deploy the whole Ghana armed forces, police, immigration now to Kromumpu. They still won't be enough. It's a personal responsibility. It's critical. Can they tell you watch a black more? Excellence the present indication into here. Chapudi mo crowd in table mama cause and why ma. Christ the King compound. I want to Virginia when I was sacking win nana. Ja. Mudu tuya do kwa kutumukaya. Moko support my brother. The information minister designate. His Excellence Honorable Kujo Ponkroma. Yeah. War Parliament. Vet na sakakra. Na ija. Was duty
calls.
Adama bana ebe trim.
Yeah.
Ozande propaganda no dosun. Ma mribe mi te sami jemfi na onye Baba Jamal. Ono ye tree interpretation
yeah, Baba Jamal. Yes.
There why the parties what it will anima the one supporters no over that one. No ofi the that will be they are deceiving their own selves and their support base.
Why no yo?
But why are they deliberately deceiving people?
How are they deceiving people?
Now electoral commissioner, when you go court the open accountability they think that they went to court for the Supreme Court to constitute itself into a commission of inquiry. Don't know what better work at Ghana for. A court with specific allegations. I call them rules of court. Enim. Call law school on the Ekosiisen. Enim rules of procedure. Enim the Evidence Act. Enim the burden of proof. And why the one supporters we believe they Madam Jimensana onu no wasembia ye pede ye bisan mo chechremu inti say wan bembejina dekan mo chodo lugan. Oh, is that the rules? Obi
Asempa FM.
Now I don't want you know
on Asempa FM.
What's up school libyo hwe aye journalist matwa say media man and take a side, but the truth and the facts are one. Mawani ye oyambra konoda. So why can't we call them out that they should stop the deception? What to us the court is predetermined. They are this. When you know that the matter that you are taking before court, Obi, and who an adverse witness or a hostile witness, you know. We go to a fair electoral commissioner as a hostile witness. Can they? Why do we be so as a MPD?
Let me tell you.
No, me man. Can they do it? Does the rule allow them? In any event, when any hostile witness in law, don't know what that's a mark of court of law. And so, what the rules otherwise than the rules of court? What do you do? I can't understand.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
I cannot, for the life of me, begin to even contact there, and you hear senior lawyers who don't do respect. Adverse witness, and thankfully, any those any answer Supreme Court, Chief Justice in the ruling, or define already the definition of an adverse witness from blacks.
From the Black Laws Dictionary.
Oh, Obi. Our witness are Afran. Ojina boxing. They are dancing. What expectation do be they are dancing in your favor? Now what done no ka sama odobo to funem. and I apply to the court there. Court no more not treating as an adverse witness, not cross-examine. Can they do that to the electoral commissioner? Yet you bring an application to that effect. And when it's dismissed as it's rightfully supposed to be done, then you turn around and say what? And you put your supporters. Look, here, Obi. And you hear them. That was a gun of full opera. No corner hidden. What is the truth?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
The truth to know only the fact of the election numbers is not being contested. And now no corner only the narration, which was error. No corner hidden. Obi. Declaration, only word of mouth. Only is a word of mouth. Only declaration. Why do they treat their supporters as some? They may use words be. Because look, I'm very clear in my mind. Oh, this petition was dead from day one. They are embarking on the charade. The sole object is to deceive their own supporters, not Ghanaians. And the next call, Obidi Fieda, Yedin Kobo, Osna, all along. Now, someone can now he felt that there was some truth in it too. But no one could caught him way party. He is surprised. This is an apolitical person. Also, now me call law school that. Now the man say me now coffee work ground. What did they take us for? That's the sense that Ghanaians are beginning to view them. How can you even suggest the figures, no matter the computations and the variations that they give? I said don't get rockets in a witness box. In all the so-called changing figures in all your computation, all of them, Nana Akufo-Addo got more than 50%. Except the total votes cast figure, which does not reflect the outcome of the election under any circumstance. But I was my men no way no KNT. Ebe Obi
FM.
That more example bio menu and a Dominic Yakwa election nkofo 1,200 watu aba 200 papers I say enye hina yenim waka 1,000 enya 550 menya 250 Dominic Kenya ganwaka 200 Dominic Kenya 200 Ntiamwa electoral commission obobo result no 200 250 and 550 so near double more 1,000 and you 55% menya 25% in Dominic Kenya 20% fact Ntiamwa obobo result no also the total valid vote cast is 1,200, which we all know that is in fact the total votes that were cast. Now, Oko washroom Manabakere, oh, Obi, Mesa, any da, and I'm earlier on mobile result. The total votes, valid vote cast, or 1,200. The mum, as is clear on the face of the document, it was 1,000, and that 1,200 mechano or affect the outcome of the percentages obianya. I mean, more court there. In Tiamona no be now no kada 1,200 into Supreme Court. Won't use 1,200 no one for your calculation. No one determine there Obi when you 52 a bay.
But what's say
a bay?
No, washroom be who there why a mistake or the correction.
No,
how did she do the correction?
No, but there was no correction. That's the point that I'm making. In substance, there was no correction. Because the figures that you and I hold from the poll is that 1,000 valid votes were cast. It's a fact. saying, out of the 1,000 votes that were cast, you got 550. It's a fact. Obian challenging. I mean, 250. Fact. Obian challenging. Now Dominic near 200. What correction again? It's a phone kaka 1,200 no. Onu inti Supreme Court won't tell them poa.
Because
Hold on.
Only declaration here,
and the declaration only put on for Baba. That's what I'm asking you. Per the scenario that I've painted, is the declaration what comes out of one's mouth.
Asempa FM.
What kind of matter to me this? So the Supreme Court should make an order that the electoral commissioner no nankaso no buena no kada 1,200 in Z.
On the Enfanya calculation.
Hey, and now to the what you court you. That's the reason why they are in court.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
And the Makachodo will deceive one supporters. Yeah, look, if you use the 13 billion, they no complicate, no. Reduce it to simple terms. This is the reason why they are in court. The electoral commissioner only knock at the 1,200 and say, may I tell you 1,200? Say use 1,200 at their calculation now. Obi when you're 50%, to be in 50% into 1 year order for rerun. For where? This Accra town.
Accra town say Bruno.
That Accra town him to represent Ghana.
Bruno.
This Accra town. Hey, so this petition is not going anywhere. Oh. It's a joke.
You are not a justice.
I don't have to be a judge. What are you talking about? Do I have to be a judge to exercise this common sense? Do I have to?
The common sense might not be law.
And I'm making law. I'm making common sense. I mean, man can't try to exercise law. Do I have to be a judge to exercise this common sense? That a declaration is not word of mouth. Natural no more here the electoral commission of baby general abo no wa keke biado o se be say win election here do.
But saying him there, whether a declaration is word of mouth or not, or a matter of law, that the justice will have to decide. Me tell you,
Mr. Is declaration what constitutes word of mouth? Is that what a declaration is?
But I will not be able to answer because of a matter of law.
And my judges don't be say. Now made the facts as I know it on a law or a common sense, so I can make a conclusive statement based on the commonsensical matter before me that the petition is dead. Any most will spell it dead. Any most will spell it. Any most will spell it dead.
DEAD.
Thank you very much. Underline. We are the caps, not underline. What kind of joke is this? In any event, CI 135 nehu copy. Are there figures on it?
No.
So what's the claim? What is the claim that the mere fact that Mamena no Fubeno should be basis for setting aside the fact of the election and making a declaration that nobody won? Hey, for this Accra town. Obi pa. And you are sitting here. I'll commentary right now. Media men or Ghana commentary. On it, me check CNN. You guys don't have a case. Stop disturbing everybody. Donald Trump, they told him to the face. No. People are not being able to say.
Please.
Let me take.
CNN is a bad example. CNN is a bad example. CNN is a bad example. CNN from day one, the agenda was clear. They were anti-Trump. And
no. And Donald Trump, I'm a Republican. By orientation, ideology.
Yes.
But I never supported Trump.
Of course, I know.
I'm saying that CNN is democratic oriented.
Yes.
They are liberals.
Yes.
And so you can say
from the word go, they were
but I'm coming. The election results relative to what CNN were saying, were they a bad example?
No.
So what are you talking about?
And I am thinking the best example will be Fox presenter now moderated first debate. You know, Donald Trump then came back to attack the guy. Hey, Juma of Fox about Charlie.
Yes.
You are a Democrat now and all of that.
And Fox so, are not a good example. If that's the sense that you are relative to the ideological background of the two stations. But I'm talking the fact of the election.
Yeah.
Georgia incident now, court cases are filing across several states. People called him out.
Ekosiisen.
That's the point that I'm making. Not
FM.
necessarily. I'm sure him skewed and kabamba. Objective, but I'm saying that sometimes let us step beyond remaining neutral in the interest of the public. Because look, I'm listening to all sorts of comments from my good friends who are in social civil society.
Yeah.
And I get surprised that elections petition. Now Franklin posted BB earlier. Now my drive. Because look, Obia and accountability. Obia and accountability. But accountability has to be situated within known acceptable rules. Because if say any certainty, justice is empty. If say any more court, na minim say a court a procedure yaba fado yeda sama, then why bother? What I hear people to be suggesting that this is the electoral commission, she performed a public function, so the Supreme Court ought to allow her to go into the box in the interest of public accountability. Hey, you want an inquisition
at the Supreme Court?
Hey,
under 64(1).
Hey, one.
So how else can the accountability be done?
The Constitution, the accountability principles, Article 23 and if people who are mandated to exercise a certain administrative function don't do it, 23 and 269, I believe.
Yeah, 269 on discretionary power.
Absolutely. Why not? But if you file
which fora would you go to?
I cannot proffer one immediately, but it's a high court even.
Okay.
High court.
A rate of mandamus
and
all that.
Some administrative relief.
Yeah.
But an Article 64 election petition, as you converted into inquisition. Na yenja ebia ose obiewia election no yen excusing from the known burden of unknown or the evidence ba ma court no hwe do bu asam no yenja na yen maybe also ni baby why your election we declare result ono onko non justify ejumo ye not be that obi awe ko law school at be that. And they want to equate it to Lord Denning expansion of the law principles. And they
no, but you read Ekosiisen, and I believe that I will refer to.
Prof.
Right up.
I disagree with him entirely.
Vehemently.
Oh, entirely, in its entirety. Look, the principles of accountability, like Makano, Obian, you're opposed to it. But in known adjudication of this nature, where it is in itself adversarial, scale of justice, or require a party to put evidence in the side of the scale. What tilt in your favor? Na ekunu so hwele scale what tilt na 1.5 evidence in guma unbalance no yentu njin ebe that can happen.
But on raise the issue of sui generis, the election petition here is unique, one of its kind.
One of its kind.
The Supreme Court and so what that inherent jurisdiction to do things differently.
That's why they are applying high court rules where the Supreme Court hasn't got rules to deal with the matter in itself. But the burden of proof
will not change.
Absolutely. Regardless of the nature of the action. Please. So sui generis is the inquisition. We should do an inquisition. Is that the suggestion? So don't do respect. Srepi. This action, Obi, is founded on nothing but fiction.
Petitioners no one claims
imaginary. Scenario me paint you in morning and one. Why is that not the basis of the action?
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
This was something.
Yeah, it is.
But is that not imaginary? Is that not fictional? So to one spare Ghana fool, particularly their supporters, because many of the swing voters they know that this petition and the party minimum new term because they are shit. Because I can't want to small no crowd. They go to me in a hunter. I won't edit to me that baby. Wow, wash you cry. They would say, "Go tell me also wash you grebu."
Wash you grebu.
Obi. Beyond redemption.
No progress in the law or in society generally has ever come from those who insist on a blind, often self-interested allegiance to the status quo.
This is our Supreme Court.
Yes.
Applying the known rules have expanded the frontiers of our jurisprudence.
Yes.
So what's the issue?
Also, they can do more,
especially
under the circumstances currently.
So they should convert it to an inquisition.
Ekosiisen on Asempa.
Why is the certainty? Or certainty doesn't matter. Certainty of litigants not going to court and knowing that the rules, when it says X, would necessarily be applied. Oh, yeah. I don't have a problem with the expansion of the frontiers of law. I don't have a problem. But when known rules, and in any event, in the so-called expansion that they make references to, where the rules change to alter the to achieve that expansion of the frontiers, where the known rules
did not change.
So what's the
but
issue?
the focus was not so much on precedents. That
precedent. We are talking the rules of procedure.
He makes the point, for example,
the 38 or the 36, they are clear that a party has a right to elect at the close of his adversary's case whether to adduce evidence or not.
Yes.
Ekosiisen on
Then the Supreme Court,
a party.
Thank you. If the Supreme Court, pursuant to a party exercising its right, says yes, you have a right, we can't compel you. I say no, compel him. Hey, because you want to expand the frontiers of laws, we'll compel him. What are we talking about? That compel him to provide evidence because he's sworn to a witness statement. References are made to Order 38, which deals with the introduction of witness statement into our civil procedure and the effect. They say, no, compel him. Show the rules away.
And how do you take this? To help. No, say I can. Listeners, one can. And where Professor H.K.C. Prempe write up some few days ago, Hano say, can the president worshippers tell me what exactly Ghana would lose by a court ruling that said that in the exceptional case of presidential election petition, where the petitioner is able to proffer.
At what point are those rules defined?
If I don't read it, listeners will not get it.
That's a question. And then I'm
follow. I finish this paragraph, then you come in.
At what point?
Okay,
at what point?
At what point? Where the petitioner is able to proffer some evidence that irregularities and illegalities were committed by the Electoral
Commission. Has any evidence been proffered in this case?
The onus would fall on the EC, or the EC may be compelled to show that even if the allegations were admitted, the errors or infractions will not affect or change the result.
Problem. But I'm saying that this suggestion, at which point? Before the commencement of the action, for everybody to have clarity that in an election petition, this is the procedure. Another in the middle of a petition where the rules are what it is where he expects the Supreme Court to change.
Yeah, in the middle of the petition, the Supreme Court, through its own inherent jurisdiction and powers,
now inherent jurisdiction of the court
can decide to change.
Now, if you are a whimsical application, or exercise inherent jurisdiction.
Oh, na say or discretionary.
In most cases, that inherent jurisdiction is invoked when there are no rules to deal with specific matters. Come on, man.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Come on. Share, Mama may feel there, of course, not relative to H.
Yeah.
Prof H, the main man.
Yeah.
A certain group of people took a certain position about EC1 decision to conduct new voters register. All sorts of allegations were made. And the moment of many and stretching to the point where people begin to think that is it because of those matters? On the world can be Mama, I'm in a witness box by all means, Anna. Please, let's not get there. This is a specific matter. Article 64 petition.
Which is restrictive.
Thank you. We can't expand the scope. The Supreme Court will not expand the scope. Because that's not how the rules are designed to operate. Nyame wish.
I found this paragraph interesting. Also, you might say that such a rule, so the rule there, the court should try and get the woman to come, no? Also, such a rule, by seemingly lowering the evidentiary bar for the petitioner, would encourage frivolous presidential election petitions. And he asked, so what? So what if we got one frivolous petition every 4 years?
Mini problem. Every frivolous petition every 4 years. One can the next petition Obabano. Rules of Court Committee we share no way but my representations were throw memo or that court that look. They think that going forward, no, these are the rules that ought to inform the conduct of an election petition. No way incorporate into the rules so that at every point in time, there no be a local comments action. Obohu there, Morocco quarter procedure A B C D E F G H, not the minimum. And then the rules cannot be changed in the middle of an action. Please.
How about those who argue?
Argument behind you are applicable at this point.
At this point, when the rules are already set.
Thank you, Obi.
And you argue argument that the Supreme Court, even when the rules are already set, cannot set aside the rules temporarily to achieve a certain effect.
Set rules aside temporarily
because presidential election petitions are exceptional.
They are not exceptional. How are they exceptional? Because it's a presidential election, so it's exceptional. No, maybe so. Nizinanza. The marriage petition are exceptional.
Or exceptional because in presidential election petition, article CI 99 has even proposed, and now it's in effect, that there are compressed timelines.
Thank you.
No other cases will get
when were those rules introduced?
2016.
Based on experiences from 2012, 2013. Yeah. So let us finish this. That's the point that I'm making.
Okay.
Now, all suggestions be elections petition. One from brother will incorporate into the rules so that the next time when there is a challenge, not today. That's the point.
So in the
certainty of the rules.
In the rules, it will be in there. Whether the petitioner proved their case or not, the electoral commissioner should come and sit in there.
But today, it can't be changed. Because Obi, Enyedema.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Rules of court, Newa, or designed for a purpose.
Yeah.
Asempa
FM. To suggest that, let's throw it away. Osande 2013 Afarajan, and that's even one of the laughable propositions about the Afarajan only BBR DCNT or Kwekatina witness box. His Excellency the Vice President, witness of the petitioners, the second petitioner, tendered more than 11,000 documents in evidence. And people have said, and I've read other commentators suggesting that if the petitioner Nakasampo had stuck to the two issues that the court had said and not argued 6 grounds B, which again gave the Supreme Court opportunity to rule on the 6th, the outcome would have been different.
The court originally set down two issues.
Two issues.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Two. Whether the irregularities in the elections petition, whether those irregularities and all those things affected the outcome of the election. That's all.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Overvoting and all those kinds of things were not part of the issues that were set. But the petitioners' lawyers felt that, look, these are grounds that support issue 1, if you like.
Asempa
Maybe the tiny
FM.
the argument was not constructed in a manner that could persuade the judges. But there was demonstrable proof that there were irregularities in the election. That there were illegalities in the election because the rules were clear. Rules now, yet they conducted election, I believe it was here 96 or 92. Was clear. In this petition. Now, what the opinion polls or now we can tender samples. Samples they were what the opinion pool or for petition
In the Supreme Court.
I can't tell evidence as a tender samples. As if to say you are conducting opinion. Listen, look, these guys missing SP womb. Senior SP.
Okay. Lawyer, my man there.
Sunday, not the man one. Here, Obi. It's unbelievable.
Ekosiisen on
To
Asempa
even
FM.
conceive the notion that on account of the electoral commissioner asemofine number there or error to suggest that words that came out of her mouth alone constitutes a declaration without more. And so, because what came out of her mouth on the 9th, she came on the 10th to correct. That in itself amounts to a variation of the declaration. It's surprising.
Lawyer, my mom home do ha monko. No, nyabote. Ah, nyabote meba. Ekosiisen is the high Asempa 94.7 FM. Sani erika to my name no and ye benya lawyer for me no ewa ha. Lawyer Sami Jemfi is the next. I'm told sir he might not be able to join us in studio in person, but a friend will phone so na fe. Yane no Eddie Enkomo and ye be kwa tie these very, very important announcement here bar na afi lawyer Andre Japamesa wa lawyer Sami Jemfi would also join us na afi